me stop you
is
because I'm going
able
to get cut
to
off.
buy
You don't
the-
think we need to get these prices down? You think it's okay that bacon's up 20% under President Biden? Chicken's up 23.5%. Coffee's up 30%. Gas is up 44%. New cars and trucks are up 20% because people can't afford a, or that's used cars because people can't afford a new car. They're up 24% under Bidenomics. You don't think we need to get these prices?
Wages are also up, and wages are up
They're
more.
not up 24%. They're not up 27%. They're not up 23%. They're not up 31%.
I'm sorry, but what is...
People are really getting good at barely getting by because of Bidenomics.
Inflation, one of the most pressing issues facing Americans today. Gas prices are up, groceries cost more, and the price of a used car might just make your jaw drop. But are these sky-high prices here to stay? Recently, Senator John Kennedy had a fiery exchange with Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, grilling her about whether Bidenomics has left Americans stuck in a cycle of unaffordable living. Trust me, you don't want to miss what was said. Senator Kennedy wasted no time getting straight to the point. With his signature sharp wit, he asked Secretary Yellen a question that's on everyone's mind. Are these high prices here to stay? She pushed back, blaming the pandemic and supply chain disruptions. But Kennedy wasn't buying it.
These high prices are here to stay, aren't they? Let me amend that, Madam Secretary. These high prices caused by Bidenomics are here to stay, aren't they?
Well, the high prices were not caused by Bidenomics. We suffered a pandemic that resulted in severe dislocations.
Yes, ma'am, but if I could ask you, they're here to stay, aren't they?
I don't expect the level of prices to go down, but the rate of inflation...
So they're here to stay.
Well, some prices will be higher than they were before the pandemic and will stay higher, but wages have risen considerably, and the pace of price increases has now receded. Over the last 6 months, the measure of inflation the Fed focuses on has been running exactly at 2%.
But if your wages...
And wages are going up.
If you don't get a pay raise, you're screwed. I mean, there's a difference between disinflation and deflation. Y'all talk about disinflation, which I'm happy to have. Disinflation means inflation is going down. It means prices are rising less rapidly than they were. But that's a far cry from deflation, which means the level of these high prices caused by Bidenomics are here to stay. Here's what Jay Powell just said on February 4th. He said, he was asked the question, inflation is one thing, prices are another, and I wonder if there's any reason to believe that people will see the prices of things decline. And here's what Chairman Powell said. So the prices of some things will decline, others will go up, but we don't expect to see a decline in the overall price level. That doesn't tend to happen in economies, except in very negative circumstances. He's talking about a recession. It'll take a recession to get these prices down.
Well, we don't have to get the prices down because
we don't?
wages are going up, and a metric that is worth knowing is that the median American house worker
but let me stop you
is
because I'm going
able
to get cut
to
off.
buy...
You don't think we need to get these prices down? You think it's okay that bacon's up 20% under President Biden? Chicken's up 23.5%. Coffee's up 30%. Gas is up 44%. New cars and trucks are up 20% because people can't afford that's used cars because people can't afford a new car. They're up 24% under Bidenomics. You don't think we need to get these prices?
Wages are also up, and wages are up
They're
more.
not up 24%. They're not up 27%. They're not up 23%. They're not up 31%.
I'm sorry, but what is...
People are really getting good at barely getting by because of Bidenomics.
Look, American households have many pressures on their budgets, and President Biden is devoted to doing what we can as an administration, whether it's health care costs, insulin copays, energy costs, to getting these prices down and to helping American households afford a decent middle-class life. But what is true is that the median worker in the United States, if you compare today with 2019, can buy the same basket of goods with $1,400 left over to save or spend. So Americans, on average, are better off in spite of the fact that the level of prices is higher.
Thank you, Senator Kennedy.
Good try,
And
madam.
Senator Menendez of New
Thank
Jersey is recognized.
The bigger picture here is clear. Inflation isn't just about numbers, it's about quality of life. Even Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell recently said, "We don't expect a decline in overall price levels unless there's a recession." Translation? Prices aren't coming down anytime soon. This is where we, as a country, need to ask, what's the plan to ease these pressures? Is this the new normal? At the end of the day, this isn't about politics, it's about the real struggles of everyday Americans. Senator Kennedy's grilling of Secretary Yellen shines a light on an issue we all feel: rising costs with no clear end in sight. The question remains, is Bidenomics really working, or are these prices just here to stay? Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you seeing any relief in your budget, or does it feel like things are just getting tougher? And remember, hit that subscribe button to keep these important discussions going. Together we can stay informed and push for solutions that work for everyone.